Ready.
Welcome back, everyone, to Lava Crows. Where we last left off, it was a literal cliffhanger as the climbing lizard became Genevieve and everyone started to fall. Fortunately, um, not
Kitlack.
Shia, Shay. Shay had the foresight to
Oh,
web the wall, granted to try and stop a murderous horned goat from killing you, but it was enough for Kitlak to save the day and get a crowbar in the stone and then stick to the wall. And
Two
fortunately,
crowbars.
two crowbars. And fortunately, Shay was able to keep concentration. So, yeah, you are stuck to the wall and an easy target for a meat-eating goat. Meanwhile, Cassie is just flying there, carefree. I mean, she's fighting, but at the same time, Cassie's good. She can fly away. It's not her soul on the line, right, Genevieve?
sure.
There was also something about a deal and maybe getting something from Fail Ruin and something from the Shadow Spires to get some secret about some really neat dirt in Mistmar, but that's far from everyone's mind at the moment as you hang 100 feet above the ground, holding
Perhaps
on
we
very
should.
tightly.
Perhaps we should go back down and take up that Torin on his offer.
We are actually still in turn order, and it is the goat's turn. I believe. Um, yes, Cassie tried something and it failed. So I need to get my dice out, which I always keep handy dandy right next to my desk. So where is the stat block? Right, it is going to go towards. Oh, there's three lovely meals just hanging there. Although its delicious giant lizard went away. So let's go with a wisdom to figure out who is dinner, lunch, whatever food time it is. Well, it knows if it goes after Kitlak first, it loses the rest of its meal, so it's going to start from the bottom up, which, as I recall, um, Shay, was that you, or was that Genevieve kind of hanging in the tangled rope harness that you made?
Mm.
I want to say it was probably Genevieve because Genevieve rolled really badly on her check.
Okay, then Genevieve, bottom of the pile. They're going to go after you. They're going to just I don't want to say trot down the vertical side of the mesa, but that's kind of what it looks like on their very sharp hooves. You can scroll up in Discord to see what they look like again. And it's going to make some attacks against you. Try and pin you down so it can start snacking. Ouch. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Silvery
Okay.
barbs.
Okay. That is a nat 1, which is good. It is. I'm going to roll a luck die. Genevieve, it's your fate in the air. Evens or odds?
Gotta go with odds because we're the odd group.
All right.
I give Genevieve advantage too on the next attack ability check or saving throw.
All
Okay.
right. Well, it is going to try and stab you and get one of its hooves kind of wrapped in the harness. So you now have, well, it's a horn. It's a very sharp, cold horn right up against you, but it's just kind of caught in the ropes as well. So it's going to make its second attack to untangle itself first. rather than eat you, because it does not want to plunge to death if the rest of the meal fails to hold on to the side of the mountain. Yes, it is actually going to succeed in cutting away at the harness with its other horned foot. Genevieve, make me a acrobatics to fall, acrobatics to stay tangled in the harness and not fall. And you have advantage, it sounds like.
Okay. Acrobatics. That is a non-nat 20.
Nice. From from the 100 feet below, you hear, y'all are making this real easy to just pick over your corpses. Um, Speaking of Genevieve, it is your turn.
I'm pretty sure I have enough bullets for you, too, if you want to stay around watching.
Hey, deal was I get whatever you drop dying. You
I'm
didn't
gonna
want to take
make
my
sure to.
deal.
I'm gonna make sure to drop a bullet then.
Might be worth a silver or two.
Okay, it is my turn.
And you got a murderous goat thing right next to you.
Okay. You said we're about 100 feet up, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. She. Yeah, let's see. Which one of these should I do? What does this say?
Ah, yes, there's a spot of grease on the mountain,
Range.
a little far, about 30 feet up. That was it. That's what
How far away are all of us from everybody else?
Cassie, we determined, was at least 10 feet away from the edge of the mountain so that they wouldn't get shot. Or, no, you flew out 15 feet. You are 5 feet from the goat. I mean, they are literally right next to you. Shay is 5 feet above you, and Kitlak is holding on at 10 feet above you. You're all very close together because you're all harnessed together, so.
Well, it's hard to tell. So I let's see here. I want to cast Earth Tremor, and I want to cast it in a way where it doesn't affect what's above me, but it'll basically get the goat to fall.
What is the.
It says range area is 10 feet. It says you cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you in that area must. So I assume that both the range and the area is 10 feet.
Let's see. Range is 10 feet, and.
It literally just
Yeah.
has range / area, and then it just says 10 feet.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So basically, yeah, she wants to basically cause an earth tremor right underneath the goat to see if it'll fall.
All right. I'm gonna let you make a nature or arcana check
Alright.
with disadvantage because you have been distracted. But I'm a nice DM, so I'm letting you make this check anyways.
You said nature or arcana. I guess I'm gonna go with nature. Cause she's a
Okay.
nature girl anyways. That's a 12.
12. Well, you know that goats are typically very sure-footed on mountains, even on impossible vertical mountains. And this thing, well, you did just see it get splashed with grease, which is still painting the mountainside, and didn't even tremble.
So you're saying it's dexterous.
It's definitely very dexterous. This is also its home, so
Alright.
hard to tell if a tremor will affect it, because this is an asteroid. You're not sure if they have tremors. It could go either way. But it's your choice.
Mm,
You can cast the spell and see what happens.
well, it's already attacking me, so let's see here. What does the restrained condition do? Does it give disadvantage if they're restrained? Or does it only prevent movement?
Speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Those are all part of restraint.
Okay. Entangle.
All right. What is that?
That is. It lasts for 1 minute. It is within a range of 90 feet, and it's a 20-foot cube of grasping weeds and vines sprouting from the side of this cliff face. The plants turn the area into difficult terrain, and a creature in the area, when you cast the spell, has to succeed on a strength saving throw.
I'm guessing you're aiming for below you, just to get you and the goat in it, and not trap Shay and
Yes.
Kitlak.
Yes.
Okay. What is its strength? Oh, this will be interesting.
It's got to be a strength 15.
Got it. Let's see how he does. It does, I should say. That is a 16. Barely makes it.
Dang. Well, it's still difficult terrain.
And it is grass instead of stone. So, let's just check something. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? Hanging there.
I'm seeing what my bonus actions are. Hang on. I can't do that. What is my focused spirit? Oh, that's during a short rest, so that's nothing. No, I think that's it. That's all she can do. Actually, she's gonna bonus action cantrip, cast herself. Wait, hold on. I just need to double check. Yep, she is going to make a couple magic stones as a bonus action.
Can you? You don't make an attack with that. You just.
No, it's just imbuing them with magic.
Okay. Shay, you're up. Right, 5 feet down from you is Genevieve next to a murderous goat, and then a bunch of plants just sprouted into life. They look dry and yellow and somehow very, very thick.
Oh yeah, I have to make the strength saving throw too. Let me do that real quick.
Is it?
Yeah, it's any creature, so. What's that? 10. So I fail. At least I'm entangled, so I can't fall. Nah.
Each creature other than you in the area when you cast the spell.
Does it say that?
I'm looking at the 24.
Oh, you're looking at the 24. I'm not.
I'm with Tyler. If the 24 one makes it more fun, you can absolutely use that. But if you'd like to restrain yourself, I'm not going to say that you can't.
I don't see the 24 because my character sheet is a 2014 legacy one.
So I'll give it to you. You can either fail the saving throw willingly, or you don't have to. Your choice.
Well, she's going to, I think, fail it willingly this time around, because she doesn't want to risk falling.
Okay. You do have to then make the restrained escape DC, and no matter if you cast it or not, it is still difficult terrain for you.
Unless I stop concentrating on it.
True. Shay, you're up.
Okay. There isn't a whole lot she can do from here.
time to let you know that they tend to move in herds.
Well, I know it's dexterous, but we're gonna try catapult on it.
Does catapult work on a living creature, or are you taking something to throw at it?
Yeah, just a rock from the mountain.
Can
Isn't that how
Genevieve
catapult
hold up
works?
one of her magic rocks?
You absolutely can.
Okay, and she is going to use heightened spell to give it disadvantage on the saving throw. For 2 sorcery points. Wait, what's this? Is
You
that a
do know
bonus
that you
action?
can just take the stones and throw them. You don't even have to cast a spell. You can just.
I don't know what a magic stone. I've read it, but I forgot what it does.
You or someone else can make a ranged spell attack. You might want catapult. Because you are
Well,
only 5 feet away.
I am. I thought it was 10. I thought it was between me and
No, the goat is
Genevieve.
right next to Genevieve, so they are right next to each other. They're 5 feet down from you.
Okay.
It was Kitlak who's 10 feet above Genevieve.
And is that a bonus action? No. And innate. Bonus action, innate sorcery. To
Okay.
increase my spell save DC. So that's so we're catapulting the magic stone at
One of
the
her 3 magic stones. Yep.
yeah, at it. So dex save of 15 at disadvantage.
Let's see. That's a decent roll, even with disadvantage. That is a total of. What did they have to beat?
15.
That is a 17 with disadvantage. That's 17. What happens on a success?
I don't think anything.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Maybe you shouldn't use spells that target this goat's dexterity.
I don't have a lot of options right now.
You and me both.
Okay, Genevieve, you have 2 magic stones left, and anything else, Shay?
Well, it falls to the. I guess it just falls to the ground. Does it hit the dude below us?
Ooh. Does he
Up,
also
it
have,
fell down. It's yours.
does it also have does he also have disadvantage?
No.
Okay. He has a lot lower dex score, and it adds 90 feet of falling damage on top of it. That's a 19, so actually he got lucky. He doesn't see the stone coming, but he feels it impact right next to him, and he thinks, maybe I should back up just a little so nothing falls on me. So those of you who are looking down can see him kind of back up ever just a bit. If you start falling, be sure to aim for that. Kitlak.
Can I, with
Oh.
my movement,
Mm-hmm.
um, try to climb further up. That's an opportunity attack on me, isn't it? I was trying to pull Genevieve out of range, but if it's gonna try and hit me. Never mind.
Okay. Kitlak, I'd like you to make just a real quick strength saving throw with advantage.
Cool beans. Let me just check some of my stuff first. Okay. Well, it's not an at one, I'll tell you that much.
That's good.
That is a 10. Solid 10.
Solid 10. Thank you very much. And I'm guessing you want to, you're auto failing the escape the web throw at the moment as well,
Yep.
right? You're holding on to two crowbars. You're holding on very, very tightly. You cannot lift yourself. You cannot really do anything. But you're not sure how well you'll be able to hold on if you let go of one. It's going to be a risk, but you can do
Okay.
it. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
So Kitlak is in the web solidly, right?
Your front is in the web. You are facing
All
the
right.
rock wall. You could
He
lick it.
is going to kick his little kobold legs and try and become as entangled in it as possible. On his leggies and on his right arm, he's going to like kind of whip his elbow into it and really try and bind himself in there. He's going to pull out his gun out of his holster with his left hand and aim not for the goat, but for the ground, the cliff face underneath where the goat is, and use a bursting shot.
Okay.
And it's going to attempt to blow the goat off of the mountain.
Um, you are in a line. Does the goat have cover because of? Well, no. Well, Shay's small, but so are you.
If it has cover, then it's not next to Shay, and I would have moved.
Let's just say
Heads down, Kitlak says.
there we go. That'll work. But I am going to say it's a little higher difficulty to hit it because it is right next to Genevieve. Also, do not roll in that one.
If I clip Genevieve, it's just what it has to be. Kitlak isn't really thrilled about that, but he's more concerned with blasting this thing off the side of the mountain.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
Sorry, Genevieve.
Not again.
That is a 24 to hit the cliff face.
Yeah, no, you, despite the weird angle, despite the two people down there, despite Genevieve being right next to it, you actually pinpoint exactly where you want to shoot. And what does a bursting shot do?
So, after attack, target and creatures within 10 feet of it take an additional 2d6 force damage. So I'm trying to destroy the rock or like rubblefy the rock underneath the creature and basically make it, knock it off the cliff.
Right. So you do realize you're within 10 feet of that creature, right? It
Well,
is
no, I'm trying to hit the cliff face of it. Like I might be within 10 feet of the creature, sure, but the shot wasn't necessarily centered on the creature. It's centered on the cliff and trying to target the cliff face under it. So I would put the point if there was a sphere, that I had as a token. I'd put the point perhaps behind the creature in a place that wouldn't hit any of us, but would engulf the creature and more importantly the cliff face that it's standing on.
10-foot radius or 5-foot radius?
10 foot.
So the creature is literally next to Genevieve. The best you could do is.
Well, couldn't I just drop it down all the way, like past Genevieve? Like, yeah, like
It
that's
is
what I would
literally
try and
right
do.
next to each.
You're
to her.
fine with hitting me. Remember, I'm entangled right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll encompass Genevieve then. She'll just have to take some damage. Sorry, Genevieve.
Okay, roll the damage. It will also take damage.
Yep. So it's not taking damage from the initial shot because I wasn't targeting it. However, that is 7 damage to it, Genevieve, and the cliff face. And
Also, the net holding Genevieve.
You know.
As I recall, it's force damage, right?
Yes, it is force damage.
All right. I'm gonna roll 2 luck die. Genevieve, you get to call. Do you want evens odds, or do you want above 10 or below 10?
Odds.
Odds it is. Let's find out. That is evens. The netting is getting shredded. You're gonna have to figure out something, or you're gonna fall next turn. Tyler, evens odds or above 10, below 10?
I'm gonna go with above 10.
15. The goat is going to lose its balance.
I dropped something you could have.
Let's see if it can do anything on its turn. Do you have anything else, Kitlak?
So here's a question. Is it a bonus action to use a potion?
Yes, potions are bonus actions. I'm not going to.
Okay. So similar to that, Kitlak has 2 flasks of oil. If he was to say uncork one and drop it on the goat, would that be a bonus action?
You had a front row seat to Cassie spraying it with grease and it doing nothing. So
Okay. So Kitlak would know about that.
yeah, I was thinking Genevieve wasn't necessarily paying close attention because she was getting stabbed and transforming and falling. You saw it straight up, right in 30 feet ahead of you, above you.
The temptation to just drop a handful of caltrops on it, but I don't think that would go good for anyone below me. Kitlak is going to grip the gun in his teeth, and or actually, he's going to holster it for now, and then he's going to hold on to both the crowbars.
Right. Also, Genevieve, I need you to make. You took 7 force damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Just gotta beat a 10.
I have a +2. That's a 13.
Your entanglement is still up, and you are still entangled with it. Right, Cassie, the goat has lost their footing. You don't know if they're about to fall or about to leap or about to bite someone and hang on. You also see the impromptu rope harness is fraying all around Genevieve. And Shay just basically shot a stone into the ground like a bullet. What would you like to do?
All right. So Cassie is going to use her action to create an Eldritch Cannon strapped to her wrist.
Okay.
And the form that's going to take is the Force Ballista.
Okay, and what is that going to do?
So as a bonus action here, that Force Ballista is going to make a attack here. Let me roll for that.
I'm guessing against the goat.
I would hope so, yes.
I mean, you've got a mountainside, you got your quote-unquote allies, you got the guy on the ground.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, so it's going to take 2d8 force damage.
Okay.
Not great. But that wasn't not the main effect that she was hoping for. She pushes the creature 5 feet away from the cannon.
I'm guessing you shot from above so you could push it down? Yes, you were on par with it. So yeah, you were 30 feet up. Okay. Give me 1 second here. It does not have anything to keep it from being pushed. All right. So I'm going to give you a choice. You can push it 5 feet, or you can give it disadvantage on whatever action it uses to try and make sure it has footing again. Which would you like to do?
That is a good question, because the entire intent was to make it more difficult to keep its footing. Jeez. I guess. Let's say disadvantage, I guess.
All right. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. It is going to try and leap out of the crumbling stone face that has happened beneath it. Let's see. Is it going to? It doesn't know about the entangle. It doesn't care about the entangle. It is going to try and get the hell out of there. Let's see. Genevieve, what is your entangle spell save DC again?
15.
Good to know. That is a 9. That is going to be... It attempts to leap out, and just as it realizes that there's not a ground to give it enough of a push, it tries to snare its leg around your entangle and completely misses. It is going to... That's not the goat. We don't have the goat. The goat is going to leap off. It was trying to leap straight 25 feet straight up. And instead it jumps 25 feet straight out. And guess what's falling?
Did it aim itself appropriately?
It tried to, but thanks to Kitlak and Cassie, it could not.
Dang, we still got a annoying Tauren over here.
It is... No, it's falling. It is... Let's see. Given how fast they fall, does it have anything to do? No, it it is designed to leap up and down mountains. It is not designed to leap out of the air. So, yeah, that's about to go splat. Who would like to watch the goat go splat?
I would
Ooh,
definitely
ooh, ooh, ooh.
love to watch the goat go splat.
Catch, Kitlak says.
So you see it. It has a very confused look on its face, a bit of a panic in its, well, let's face it, kind of insane eye. Maybe devilish eye? Hard to tell. And then it just lets out a loud as it falls and falls. And do I really need to roll damage for this? Yeah, I think we do. So that is 20d6, I believe, isn't it? No, it is 9d6. Oh, it might survive. So, shocking everyone, it actually does survive as it goes splat on the ground. That was... It is... is it 1d6 or 2d6 per 10 feet, Tyler? Do you remember?
I do not know off the top of my head. I have no idea. I think it might be 1d6, but I'm not sure.
1d6 for every 10 feet. Maxes out... Yeah, so... Yeah, that is... It is still alive, surprisingly enough. It is very battered and bruised and bloody, but it is still alive.
Does it see our Minotaur friend, or?
It... Right now, it is, it's recovering from that fall, so it's not really paying attention to anything other than this was a poor choice for a meal. I'm going to say it's dazed for the rest of its turn. We're on to Genevieve. Genevieve, the ropes around you are now snapping. You are still failing your entangle roll?
No, I am going to wild shape into a giant wolf spider.
Good choice.
Drop concentration on the entangle, and let's see, that'd be that and that. So climb speed of 40 feet. She is going to be climbing down because she doesn't want to get entangled with another one of these goats right away. So that's action and movement. What bonus actions can she do? Not a thing. That's her turn.
All right, everyone give me a perception check real quick.
$13 for Kitlak.
8.
13.
Cassie?
I thought it said something. That's a 16.
Right. So Shay, you're kind of stuck with the bleeding sound of that falling goat. That might be one of the most horrific things you've ever seen. The rest of you hear bleeding from very far up, and a quick glance, Genevieve, with your very many eyes. There's at least a dozen goats that came to see, is there a free meal on the wall? They're about 200 feet above you, and they are coming fast. Genevieve, you no longer have the harness around you, which means Kitlak and Shay, you aren't connected to her anymore. But she's moving down fast, as I recall, correct?
40
What happened
feet.
to it? What happened to it?
The harness got
what-
shredded.
Yeah, it was in the force blast with the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
So all of our ropes are gone too?
Well, no, you're still connected to Kitlak. It's just the rope that was all around Genevieve got shredded.
Also, she's a spider now, so I'm not really sure how well it would fit.
Oh, I was more worried about keeping at least one rope.
Yeah, no,
Losing
you're
a
still
rope.
connected to Kitlak as long as Kitlak is holding on, and those. Well, you don't know about the other goats coming down. Yeah, no.
We got company, Kitlak says. About how many you said there were?
About a dozen. They're about 200 feet up. They're all coming from other, kind of just around the mesa edges where you were kind of paying attention to, but not really. And now you realize those weren't shadows on the rock. Those were goats just kind of hanging out. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Shay, it is your turn. Genevieve just turned into a wolf spider and is scuttling down.
Um. Hang on. Cat issues. Well, she is going to start climbing down. Also using her crowbar.
Okay, you do know that Kitlack got their crowbar in because they literally just heaved them in there and cut them into the stone, and the fall kind of caught onto the web and got them gouged in and him stuck. You can't really use a crowbar to climb up a mountain surface like that.
I'm trying to climb down.
Well, climbing down's easy. You just let go.
That's not climbing, that's falling.
There's still web, right?
Yes, Kitlack is connected to the web, and Shay is connected to Kitlack with rope.
So they could at least use the web for a small
It's
portion.
only. Yeah. What size is it? $20-foot cube. So it's 20 foot. How far down does the web go from Shay?
You were aiming at where the goat was. You were 30 feet away at the time. Basically, there's a gouge in the web where Kitlack skidded in and then got tangled. So he's like at the bottom of the web edge, and it's like right above your head.
No, so I'm not in the web at all.
No, just Kitlack.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna climb down. Not use the crowbar if it's not helping her, but she's gonna climb down.
Hold on a second. The dog wants in. Right, so that is an acrobatics. I'd say with disadvantage. Unless you can make an argument.
I'm not gonna make an argument. I'm gonna use a features and trait.
Ooh, what have you got?
Called restore balance. When a creature you can see within 60 feet of you is about to roll a d20 with advantage or disadvantage, you can take a reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by advantage and disadvantage.
Fair enough. So make me your first check. What is your speed? 30 feet. So you can, if you succeed, you can move 15 feet. Since do you have a climbing speed actually? Let me check. I don't see a climbing speed. So yeah, you can only move half your movement then. It takes your whole movement, so you move half your movement down.
You could always
Well, she's
try.
gonna dash.
Yes, you can dash. If
You
succeed.
can always try and get as close to Genevieve as possible, and then jump onto her bum.
And also use lucky to give me the advantage. Using all the things, because I don't think lucky is a reaction anymore. Or was it ever a reaction? I don't know.
Nope, it's just whenever you wanted to spend the points. So you're gonna expend both of your lucky usage right now?
Nope. One, restore balance is not a lucky thing. It's a clockwork sorcerer thing.
Ah, cool. Okay.
And then lucky on top of that to give her advantage on acrobatics.
Can you see yourself? That's a good question.
Is it a good question?
If you had a mirror, I'd say you're absolutely good to go. I just want to double check.
Yes, you are included with a creature that you can see. Unless, of course, you're blind, but that's different.
Actually, I'm getting from errata that you can't use it on yourself. Hold on.
It doesn't say that I can't.
Doesn't
I
it
don't want.
usually say like if it'll say like one creature other than yourself?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, there seems to be some argument either way. So, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, Jeremy Crawford says you are a creature. Can you see yourself? If yes, then you can choose yourself if you must target a creature you can see.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Go for it. Ooh,
Oh, 9.
that is not going to be enough. Yeah, it's not a nat one where you automatically fall, but you move to start climbing down, and you try and you try, and then you realize you are still tied to Kitlak. You did not untie the rope. You have not moved.
It's your turn.
Kitlak, you can see the murderous goats coming your way.
Oh, if I didn't move at all, did I not use dash then? And can I use my action?
Yes, I would say yes.
Okay, she's gonna sorcerer's burst at the goat, where it's a 120-foot range.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
That is an attack roll.
Go for it.
Let me make sure innate sorcery is up. I have advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, good. As a nat 1, you might hit an ally.
Fire? Good grief. That's
Good.
11.
That is going to be you try and crawl down, you let out a noise of frustration, you release just a sorceress burst trying to kill that damn goat that caused all this. And you see the fire literally scorch the ground 10 feet away. And the Minotaur on the ground is going to look up and go, "You ain't got the best aim up there, do ya?" Well, little lizard does, but little lady, not so much.
That's her turn.
Kitlak.
Okay. Well, I was trying to figure out what the hell Kitlak should do given all this time. So how high up are we?
100 feet.
100 feet. So if Kitlak dropped, that would be a median of 45 damage. No, excuse me, 35 damage, which would unconscious him. More likely than not. That's unfortunate. Okay.
And she is attached to you, and it would kill her outright.
Oh, yeah. I mean, fair enough. Metaphorical rock in a hard place. Okay. So Kitlak is going to pull out a flask of oil, like do like a big swath, like a swath with it on the cliff face above him in like kind of a crescent moon shape.
Okay.
And
You cut out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't hear Tyler if he's saying anything.
Tyler, you might have hit mute.
No, my headphones just died.
Oh.
So I got him plugged in right now. So he's going to do a big like crescent moon shape of oil above him, and he's going to pull out his tinderbox and set it on fire. And if he still has any actions left, he's going to pull out a torch and like dip the torch in the oil and set that on fire and get ready to back these goats and buy us some time.
How big was that web, Shay?
20 foot, 20 foot cube, but it's on the mountain face, so just 20 foot, 20
North.
feet square.
Yeah. Are you aiming above the web or on?
Yeah, Kidlack's aiming above the web and himself. Like from what I understand, Kidlack was in like the top of the web, right?
Bottom
Nope,
of
the
the web.
bottom.
Oh, bottom of the web, really? I thought he like grabbed into the top.
No, you got your crowbars in, you were following the web, helped catch you, and you kind of got stuck in the last foot.
Got you. You skidded. I didn't realize that. Ew, well, that would have changed what I wanted to do.
You can change your mind if Shay calls out, by the way, the web's flammable or something like that.
I don't know, is web
Well,
flammable or is that just a Zelda
no,
thing?
there's actually a thing for it on fire. The
Yeah.
webs are flammable. Any 5 foot cube of the webs exposed to fire burns away in 1 round, dealing
Ooh.
2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in there.
Well, Kitlack does not care for that. All right, let's call that Plan B. So Kitlack is going to try to smear the oil on the. Well, I mean, if it's webs, it's already flammable. He doesn't need to worry about there being oil on there. Yeah, okay. I guess he's going to take his thieves' tools at the ready. Damn. Trying to think of what other BS Kitlack can manage to pull out. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna roll some kind of knowledge check. Would nature help me understand these goats or arcana? Like what would tell me more about their biology and what sort of things they go for, are afraid of, eat, et cetera, et cetera.
Nature or survival.
Okay, nature it is then, and can't use guidance because he's in combat. I mean, he could, but it would use his action. That's going to be a 15.
Okay. Well, these goats seem to be a little more than territorial. You have seen their teeth. Their teeth are sharp. They are probably meat eaters. You said 13 or 15, sorry.
15.
15? In terms of fear, there doesn't appear to be any other natural predators on the mesa that you can tell. This is their home. That said, they don't seem to be in the hundreds, so either starvation or something else is keeping their population down. With the 15, meat is meat. They probably don't differentiate between their own and other. So you have the scavengers at the top that were mentioned, but you're willing to bet if there's an injured one of the herd, they might go for that, assuming that it is the closest option. So all you have to do is figure out how to not be closer than that. In terms of fear, though, you don't know if they have a fear. Again, no natural predators. Normal goats don't fear much. They're bastards. You know that much about them. Typically, they eat anything other than meat, so these guys are even worse bastards. I'm trying to think if there's anything. You could try some sort of dragon's roar or predator's roar, see if that affects them. That's about as far as you can figure out.
So there are, well, I mean, there are sort of dragons on this rock, right?
I mean, there's a dead dragon. You don't know if there's more than one. You haven't come across one, but possibly. They're definitely dragon-born. There's definitely
Um,
something roaring in the hollow, although no one's quite sure what, and tends to call them eldritch cries. Um, but no one's sure what's in there.
okay. Kitlak is going to use thaumaturgy and is going to have his voice be 3 times as loud as normal, and he is going to make the scariest animal cry he can think of, which in his mind is the cry of a mother lava crow, which is kind of a cry, but like super duper loud and aggressive and angry.
Which he has never heard.
He's heard it in his dreams. It is terrifying and beautiful.
Well, either way, he's making.
I'm going
Yeah.
to say you are going to need to do an animal handling or a deception check. And give me 1 second. I need to check a stat here.
I mean, he's really just intending it to be really loud. He doesn't expect that these like creatures are going to be able to discern taxonomy of what he's doing, you know?
No, I understand that. I'm just checking if you. Okay. Here is what you get. You get disadvantage on animal handling and a straight roll on deception. But the animal handling will have a lower threshold than the deception.
He's trying for intimidation is really what he's trying for. And
That's
that
also charisma, so it's the same thing.
well, it's going to be advantage on intimidation because that's what thaumaturgy does.
Ah, then that is probably your best bet.
I would imagine, yes.
Meanwhile, they are going to roll something against that.
That's pretty good. I'll take that. So you know what? Just because Kit like really wants this to work, he's going to use tactical mind to roll another D10 on that. All right, that's a 21 still.
Okay, let's see. So for them,
He had to burn a second wind to get that one.
Worth it.
yeah, that actually is kind of worth it because they are. You do see that herd up there, and while they were certainly headed your way, they are slowing down. You can see that they're kind of confused by that noise. They're not sure what that means, but it is
Mhm.
louder than them. I mean, their bleats, they don't really echo, and yet somehow the rock carries their cry. This carried across the stone just as well and was a deeper, more threatening sound. So they are still approaching, but they're a lot more wary and seem to be looking for something now. You've bought
Cool.
yourself time.
The intimidate lasts, or the bonus to intimidate and the volume of the voice lasts for 1 minute.
That's probably good.
Yep.
Just keep in mind,
So
if
Kit like
they don't
is
see anything, they may make it to you.
Kit like is 100% going to keep on screaming at them over and over and over again, but I'm sure he'll figure something else out.
Right. Anything else?
I mean, aside from like holding on tight to both the crowbars.
Oh, that reminds me. Make me a strength saving throw with advantage.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
I
you for
am tethered
reminding me.
by the world's shortest headphone cord to the edge of my desk where the USB plug is, so I'm having to scrabble a little bit. Strength saving throw. You said, God, it just does not want me to do well on those. That is a 9.
Ooh. Let's see. You feel your crowbar kind of nudge a little as if it's losing your hold, but it hangs on for now.
Okay.
The web is jamming it in there so far. Cassie, you're up.
Wait, he's not going to use his movement to start climbing. You're just going to stay there?
What? How high is it to the top of the thing?
Everyone else is trying to climb down.
700 feet.
I mean, he could use his movement to climb down, but then that would mean that his crowbar would no longer be wedged, and he's really just trying to hold people in place so that they can survive.
But we can't do anything else.
Yeah, if we scare off the goats or we get them to disperse in one way or another, then we can survive and continue on. That's Kitlak's thought anyway, not that
Yeah,
he's
no,
articulating
that's-
this.
Kidlack, have you noticed the giant spider that was Genevieve just running away?
Kitlak's mostly been looking at the goats and keeping his eye on them. He's not really paying attention to anything else, unfortunately.
So
Although
you
I guess I could roll a perception check to see what he's noticing.
Yeah, roll a perception check. I mean, you did notice that the rope was a little lighter all of a sudden. You
Mhm.
hope Genevieve is fine. You shredded her ropes after all. You haven't heard a splat, though.
Yeah, that is a 16, so I guess he does notice.
Yeah, no, you notice that there is now a giant spider where Genevieve used to be. You hope it can eat her as it scuttles down.
And Shay pulling down on the rope unsuccessfully.
Yep, that too.
Kitlak is going to observe all this and sigh, and he is going to try and like use the crowbars as climbing implements to climb down the cliff face.
Not apparently that's not allowed.
Really?
Your crowbars basically dug in as you were sliding down.
No, that's what
Mhm.
Shay tried to do, and
And
Cypher
you
said
got a
no.
nat 20. That's why that worked.
Yeah, fair enough.
The crowbars are not climbing gear. You were desperate and just jammed them in there, and the webbing helped. That was
Yeah, and
basically it.
Kitlak's pretty stuck where he is too, because he tangled himself intentionally in the webbing. Like he's about as stuck as he can make himself. Yeah, I think Kitlak is. You know what he is gonna do? He's gonna take his caltrops and he's going to throw a handful of them into the webbing on top of him and just kind of hold the line. So he's gonna hang in there and wait.
Okay, fair enough. I will make a note that there are caltrops there. Cassie, you see Genevieve as a giant spider scuttling down. You see Shay trying to scuttle down and just letting out magic in frustration and missing. And Kitlak just let out a roar and has laden the web with traps. What would you like to do?
Besides wondering why they didn't think to actually bring climbing gear,
Good question. Don't know. I'm
I
actually, pardon me, I'm actually going to try to find a longer extension cord for my headphones. I'll be right back.
Do you want us to pause for just a moment?
Oh, no. You keep on going. I will be right on back.
Okay. Cassie, what would you like to do?
okay. Well, we are going to wait for a moment because Cassie was going to ask him a question.
Okay, in that case, we will pause for just a moment. And
Forget him! Help me!
Well,
Does
she was going to
Shay
ask
say
both.
that?
She was actually going to ask both of you a question, but
I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
I'm more important. I'm the leader. She does not say that.
All right, I'm back.
Cypher will be back in just a moment. He went to use the restroom.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because you don't use climbing gear very often, but every once in a while it's a good idea to have some pitons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, I think we are using the flashback rule. You could always say that you had them.
And I'm back. Do we have a Tyler?
Yep.
Yeah, we sure do.
All right, go ahead and ask.
You too. How much do you weigh?
I believe about 30 pounds.
Equipment and everything?
Sure. Gitlak says maybe 35.
Shay, quick. We don't have much time.
I think I said she is 60 pounds.
All right, good enough.
Cassie is actually going to fly over to them. How far away was she again?
You were about 10 feet, so 10, 15 feet. You weren't that far.
All right, so she's got 15, 20 feet left.
Okay, I'm going to lower you. Just grab on. Yeah.
And she will extend both of her hands for doing just that.
It's gonna end up being kind of like Featherfall.
Well, that depends.
Well-
Kitlak is still stuck in the web and does have to beat your spell save DC to get out of it.
What if I drop it?
Yeah.
True.
So her lift capacity, because that's what it would be, she's not actually trying to carry you guys anywhere, just hold on to you, is 270 pounds, and her her backpack, her jetpack, has a capacity of 400 pounds.
Hell with that. With a good roll, you could have just carried all three of them up.
Once again, that is her lift capacity, not her carrying capacity. Carrying capacity is only half that.
Fair. All right. That's still lighter than all three of them combined. Yeah, so do you let the web dissolve and you two take her hand?
Yeah, once we're secure, we've got a secure hold. She'll drop the web.
I mean, technically, she only needs a secure hold on one of you since you're connected.
Or she can just grab the rope and have you clack together like those office toys.
That would be more fun. Anywho, so do you drop web?
Yep.
Kitlak, you're no longer... The only thing keeping you to this mountainside is the crowbar. That one that was kind of loose, you can yank that one out. The other one is still in there. Do you try
Yep.
and salvage it?
Kitlak is going to hold on for dear life still and say as many draconic swear words as he knows, listing them alphabetically.
Oh,
Is
hold
he-
on. I need to check something. Continue.
Does he get hit in the face with caltrops?
That's exactly what I was checking.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I'm not going to give you a dex saving throw because they were literally right above your head.
Yeah.
So you are going to take... I'm just going to roll...
They're like 1 damage each, I think.
Yes, but you threw quite a few of them up there. So let's see how many hit you. Give me 1 second. I vowed to divide into whatever number I rolled. That is 9 piercing damage, as 9 of them just smack into you, straight down.
Yeah.
That was almost a nat 20. I am rather impressed. Yeah, so you have Caltrops stuck into all of you. Shay, you were shielded by Kitlak on that. Fortunately. And Cassie, are you going to let go of both crowbars or just the one?
Neither.
Oh, okay. Cassie, you have a hold.
If Cassie's grabbing Kitlag, then Kitlag will let go of the one and take the other one with him.
Cassie, who are you holding? Both of them, or just the rope in between?
She has two hands. She was offering a hand to each of them.
Yeah, then Kitlag will drop the one crowbar and keep the other.
Okay, yep, you pry your loose crowbar out, and you are dangling free fall style 100 feet, held only aloft by Cassie's goodwill.
And at that, Cassie will use the remainder of her movement to move diagonal down and away from the cliff.
Okay. Genevieve, go ahead and roll me your perception real quick.
Okay. That's a +4, so that's a 19.
Yep, you absolutely see Cassie carrying off the other two, just away from the mountainside.
Good, good, good.
That is going to be the goat's turn. The goat, actually, it's going to be the Minotaur's turn, and the Minotaur is going to see if he can handle that goat issue for you. Yeah, that firebolt will hit. And slim odds it'll kill it. But let's take a look and see. No. It singes the fur a little. That's about it. Well, I tried, and he's going to back away from the goat. The goat is going to...
Did he cast magic?
Yeah, he cast a firebolt. Simple little firebolt. Let's see. The goat is going to make an insight check to figure out if it's worth even trying going after anything at this point. Yeah, no, the goat's in pain. It's just gonna lie there for a bit. Like, it heard the cries of its kind, but it's at least 300 feet down, and if it lies very still, it looks like a shadow, so it's just going to stay put for a bit. Genevieve, with a dash, you can get off the mountain.
Genevieve is... Yeah, she is going to dash off of the mountain and get into within 10 feet, but not right next to the goat, just in case.
Okay. Are you gonna... Oh, I guess you can't attack it because you used your...
Yeah, I used my action to dash.
Alright, Shay, you are... what was the last of your movement, by the way, Cassie?
You said it was 15 or 20 feet, so...
Okay. So, Shay, you're about 85 feet up from the ground. The goat is just lying there. You see the giant spider there, and the Minotaur has drastically backed off. What would you like to do? Dangling from Cassie one-handed like that.
She gonna shoot the goat again. That's on the ground.
Okay. Normally prone would cause disadvantage, but you're above it, so it's fine.
That's better. 30-20.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be. I'll make it fire damage. Okay.
So I see we're going for a slow roasting.
Ugh.
Anything else, Shay?
Yeah, we'll have some heroes at the bottom.
Um. Nope, that's it.
Kitlak. You got a crowbar in one arm. You got Cassie's hand in the other. And you can
Kitlak,
see the goats up above still kind of eyeing around for stuff.
are we going up or down?
Down.
Kitlak isn't thrilled about that, but he'll accept it. He's going to tuck away the crowbar and pick the as many caltrops as he can out of his face and or hat and or coat. Shelve them away. He is going to, I think, pop a shot at the. He's going to keep on yelling and making intimidate checks. That's what he's going to do.
All right, make me another intimidate check.
All right.
You know, I'm right here. I can hear you.
Double twos. That is a hot 3.
Yeah, they're going to notice that it's maybe not as dangerous as they thought because I just rolled triple sevens for all of their checks.
Huh.
Jackpot. Anyways,
Huh.
yeah, they are realizing that whatever it is, maybe it's more bark than bite. They are moving more confidently down the mountain, searching for prey that was there. That is hopefully still there. Cassie, you got 2 hands of your teammates. What you gonna do?
Cassie is going to continue her way down there. Probably move a little bit further away from the cliff face.
Okay, are you dashing or just moving? Or can you dash when you're carrying 2 people like that?
I think because it is under her lift weight, she can still dash. So yeah.
Okay. So if your total speed is still 30 feet, 60 feet, that gets you pretty close to the ground.
I actually misread that. Actually, no, never mind. It doesn't mention lift. So yeah, that should still be fine.
Okay, so yeah, 60 feet at minus 30. Yeah, you're about 15, 85 minus 60. Yeah, 15 feet, 25 feet from the ground. So, Shay, it still might knock you unconscious if you just dropped, but yeah, you are all much closer to the ground. You know what? The Minotaur is going to take another pot shot from a distance at the goat, just to see. No, that's a miss. Well, I tried. The goat does not like these fire attacks or being slow roasted, so let's see if it gets enough to get moving. Just enough that it's going to push itself to its feet, charred, bleeding, almost broken, and just kind of work its way back towards the cliff face, which, what's its speed? It's actually got enough to get to the base of the mesa and climb up 10 feet. So it's just kind of clinging to the wall there. But it seems to have given up on you for the moment. Last chance to take a pot shot at it, I'm going to say, before we exit combat. Genevieve.
Genevieve is going to let it go. Now that it's pretty much no longer interested in them, she's not the sort of person who would pursue out of spite. Not an animal, anyways.
Shay.
Yes, you can shoot it.
Okay.
If it gets those other things off our back, it's worth it. 23.
That hits.
What are these? Good grief. 2 fire
Seriously.
damage.
Yeah, no, it's still not dead.
But
It's
there's this.
close, but it's
the-
not dead.
There's the scent of roasting goat.
Oh
devil
yeah, no,
goat
it's
though.
you're. It's a good scent. It's kind of the burnt fur isn't, but the burnt meat is. Yeah, you're kind of hungry now. Kitlak,
Yar.
go for it. Or are you going to intimidate instead?
Nah, he's pretty sure he's gonna try and shoot this goat.
Okay.
All right. Why not?
All right, you're going to shoot this goat. You are kind of swinging a bit. And Cassie just makes kind of a sharp turn. So we're going to roll a luck die.
Oh,
Genevieve,
please have me shoot the Minotaur.
evens or odds?
I'm
No,
gonna say
Genevieve.
Oh,
Even
Genevieve.
or odds?
Gotcha.
Odds.
Congrats! It's an evens. Not only that, it's a nat 20. You absolutely shoot the Minotaur.
Hell yeah. Oops. Well, I did say I'd give him a bullet.
You just kind of hear a sharp. Oi! Ow! 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 How much damage is that, by the way?
On a nat 20 or
It's not a nat 20 attack roll.
Oh, okay. It's
a nat 1 attack roll, so it's just a normal.
Fair enough. It's 1d10 plus 5 piercing.
Well, roll it.
Magical piercing. Oh, cool.
You still did damage, just to the wrong target.
Okay. I can do that. I can roll that. That is Jesus. That was a 9 before I picked it up. Come on. I feel like that should be a 14 piercing damage rather than a 6.
How about a reroll? I'll give you that.
Okay. Stupid dice.
Have any of us rolled more than 4 damage today?
The goat.
Yeah. 11.
So, fun fact, that would have been enough to kill the goat. As it is, the Minotaur, it looks pretty bloody at the moment. You weren't even aiming for something critical, but you got a gusher.
Yee. Put a band-aid on it. Rub some dirt in it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that price to get you in the downstairs way just doubled.
Hey, I'm giving you free tips here. That's got to count for something.
Or we leave you here for the rest of the goats to eat.
Hey, I know my way back. Do you?
With a wound like that?
Web. No.
With that, we are out of turn order as you see the goat climb up and somehow fade into the shadows as the others are searching around kind of close to where you were. You are on the ground. I'm guessing you're at least 40 feet away by this point, probably 50 or 60. The Minotaur has found a nice outcropping to hide behind. He's holding the wound with a bit of cloth. You think it might be a blanket? Who knows?
Yeah, I would say that 40 feet is probably a good spot there.
And I'm sure that goat won't come back to haunt you at all. Well, congrats. You didn't all die, but it was a close thing.
Well, that was an enlightening experience.
Genevieve's a spider. I don't know how she responds to that.
She's just gonna build herself a little nest so she can take another short rest.
Yeah, I think it's definitely short rest o'clock for
Here,
Kitlak as well.
are we safe enough from the rest of them?
Oh yeah, they won't come down this far. Like you go 10, they don't like getting off the mountain, you know?
You seem like you've got a lot of blood loss there, friend.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
You know, if with this were Mistmar, I'd be taking some of yours to replenish it.
Kitlak shrugs, but it's not. Would you like some help with that wound?
I'll get you a bit more of a discount, but not by much.
I wasn't looking for a discount. I was looking for assistance. You know, a friend helping a friend, not bleed out in the wilds surrounded by hungry feral animals, and a friend in turn helping another friend find their way.
The Minotaur's just going to raise an eyebrow, then look around and go, "What animals? They're on the mountain, not here."
How long do you think the smell of blood will keep them on the mountain? You're a wounded animal. You must be aware. It's fairly common for them to want to go after the wounded, yes?
Not off the mountain. Now, some of the centaurs from Mistmar, that's a different story. And the pixies, don't even get me started. Whew, you should see what they do with the scent of blood.
Quite. So it would behoove you to have that wound taken care of, yes?
Yep, yep.
Behoof. I get it.
I don't get it.
Oh,
So you can all take a short rest, and you can. Do you have a healer's kit, Kitlak?
No, but he's got a medicine skill of 1, and he's gonna use it.
Roll it. Let's see how well you do.
Hell yeah.
Is this going to be like that one
Come on,
pixie
nat
I
1.
played and break his rib cage to?
No,
Oh,
that's
my
actually
God.
pretty good. It's
Yeah.
a 16.
He does surprisingly have a healer's kit. It's not like one you recognize. There aren't like the bandages have some weird paste on it that smells a little spicy actually. But you are able to wrap the wound, and it starts soaking pretty quickly. And you see some of the pain just kind of fade immediately as whatever the spicy stuff is just makes contact with his skin.
I think Kitlak would like to sleight of hand steal some of the supplies from the healer's kit.
Go for
This
it.
is his own personal healing roll.
Okay.
Come on, guy. That's a 4 and a 5. Let's go with my con mod.
Where's the dice?
So that's a plus 13. So his Kitlak's almost up to full again.
There we go.
There you go. Okay, sleight of hand.
Roll it.
Dirty 20.
Let's see if he notices. Nat 20.
Really?
Really. He's just gonna look at you and go, "You're not very good with etiquette, are you?"
What? What's the deal
Could've
with
just
etiquette?
asked. You could have just asked.
Oh, no, where I come from, we all share.
He's going to eye you up and down and go, "Yeah, Kobold, that tracks."
I mean, it's all about who needs what, and you need this, he says, putting the paste on the Minotaur. And I probably will need some of these in time too.
Yeah, you could have bought some at market, you know.
And now we're sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
It's
at market, they tend to ask for strange things like, oh, your firstborn, your soul, the left eye of your grandmother. I don't really want to hold truck with any of that.
Well, yeah, if you go to the wrong stall, something like this, they probably just would want to see what happens when a kobold tastes it.
You see, I don't want to start putting random things in my mouth on the off chance that they'll heal me.
I mean, granted, it's for blood contact, but I mean, it's more, could you handle the spicy?
Mm. Kitlak seems very unsure of that.
I knew
No,
a
not.
I knew a lizard person who would eat random mushrooms just to see what effects they would have.
Samesies! Well, he was more snake-like than lizard-like, but yeah, samesies. One day he ate the wrong mushroom, made for good eating afterward. So, original price was 500 to and 500 out. Gonna be 800 in, 800 out now.
No.
You gonna try
We're
climbing again?
no. I mean, if we aren't friends, there's nothing stopping me from holding a gun to your head and saying, "Well, let's keep on walking then, hopefully in the right direction." We are friends, right?
He's just going to look at you. You got one shot.
I'd
One
be careful.
shot.
He's actually more dangerous to his friends.
Kitlak's just gonna laugh a little bit too loud. He's still got some of that thaumaturgy on him, and then gives a big toothy smile.
Which is why the original deal, Simple Commerce, stands with a slight increase after being wounded. You get a discount. It was going to be 2,000 total. Now you get the discount of just 800 there, 800 back.
Wow, seems like a fella's angling to get himself a new wound. Kitlak scratches his chin.
Now, I don't think this is the best way to do this.
There's a side. The Minotaur's going to pull something out of his pouch and just start eating it. I know the back way in. You don't want it? That's fine. Like I said, I'll just collect when you die. Try going up the mountain again. Might be able to collect before it's time for Shade Knight.
Now, if you had to choose a leg, which leg is your favorite leg?
Oh, they're both my favorite legs.
No. You got to choose one. Gun to your head, as it were.
Oh, well, if I had to choose a favorite, it's the right that always twitches when someone scratches in the right spot.
Kitlak is going to pull out his gun and aim very meaningfully at the left one. And it's at this point that I take a good hard look at Kitlak's chaotic good alignment and start to wonder,
The
Kitlak.
Minotaur is going to look Kitlak in the eye and just take another deliberate bite of, it's a weird looking jerky, whatever it is, and just chew it slowly.
Question.
Shoot, Spider Lady.
Well, she's not a spider anymore because they've had a short rest.
We're still in the short rest, but okay.
It only lasts an hour, so she would have dropped it for the short rest.
Fair enough.
The pillar, this chunk of rock.
The fail rune.
Is it burrowable?
Assuming so, yeah. He's talking about a tunnel somewhere hidden down below, so there's probably a way to burrow in.
Genevieve will look at Kitlak and just say, "There's one more option that we have. If we don't want to go up the side, I could burrow through it. Might take us a little longer, but
I was really looking forward to seeing how he would walk with one leg.
No. Let him have his fun. Just a little lizard trying to show who's big boss around here.
I don't need to show what I already am. Kitlak just looks at him matter-of-factly. He's used to being short his whole life. He doesn't hold somebody as taller than him and bigger than him as more important.
What is your passive insight?
Passive insight is 11.
Yeah, he's been calling you little lizard for a bit. It's more just a fond name than an insult or anything derogatory. It's just what you are. He thinks that's cute. Well, you hope he thinks that's cute. Anyways, yeah, no, he can shoot. It's fine. It's just a negotiation tactic. And keeps chewing. He's doing that things where cows can just chew and chew and chew. Sorry, what was that, Cassie?
I do have an idea of my own. Kitlak, how small do you think you can make yourself? If you were to really try.
Kitlak kind of thinks, well, I am a kobold. We are quite good at that. I just kind of ball myself up and tuck myself into my trench coat, and I can kind of make myself into a bindle. He's gonna kind of like motion with his hands and demonstrate. Pretty carryable, pretty small, about the size of, he thinks to himself, maybe about 2-foot cube if I really had to. Wouldn't be comfortable.
That just might work. How about the other two, Genevieve and Shay? How small do you think you can make yourselves?
I can make myself pretty small with a bit of a wild shape.
How tall is Kitlak?
Kitlak's like 3 feet tall at most.
They're about the same height. She's pretty skinny. Probably about the same as Kitlak. She'll kind of like crouch down and like hug her knees to her chest and see how small she can get.
That should be small enough. Yes, if we didn't want to go with Genevieve's idea, and it is a good idea, we do have a couple of those wonderful bags, do we not?
Which bags?
I'm not getting in the
Ones that are-
bag.
I'm pretty sure there's
The
no
ones that
air
make our
inside
meals
the
nice.
bag.
There should be enough air. We determined, what, it was only 600, 700 feet up, somewhere around there?
You know, I think I like the sound of Genevieve's idea a lot better than the bag. It's a bit eerie. The bag's been inside of me, and then to be inside of the bag, I don't know.
If you're worried about air, you could stick a bit of reed up through the opening.
Let's call that
It
plan
works like
B.
that.
I mean, if
also-
you stick your body
Keep that
in,
our back pocket then.
if you stick your body in, but you leave your head out, does your body just disappear?
It's not quite like that. It's actually breaching into a second dimension. Pocket dimension, I believe.
Well, just so you know, my way might take quite a bit longer burrowing up through the rock. I can only burrow about 15 feet at a time.
What
1,000 gold, I could tell you where to burrow.
what how does attunement work? With
What?
like would she maintain her attunement to the helmet?
Oh,
You
If
don't know.
she
you don't attune to bags of holding if that's what you're
no
asking.
the
You'd have to roll your
spelljammer
Arcana to figure out.
yeah the spelljammer helmet. Do you lose it? I don't know how attunement works across planes.
Roll your Arcana to figure it out.
$16.
Okay, so with a 16, most items that you attune to, if you're on a different plane than it, normally attunement breaks. Spelljammers are a little weird in that you can cross two different planes while on the Spelljammer, and if for some reason you're mid transition and the helmet's in one plane and you're in another, you don't want to break attunement. They are actually kind of designed to remain attuned across planes. Now,
Okay.
granted, if you ended up, say, halfway across the Astral Sea, that might be a problem. Or if you ended up in the Nine Hells, other things could interfere. And any sort of very turbulent disruption to the Astral Sea would also potentially damage or break your link. But being inside a bag of holding while on an asteroid with it, you're probably fine, actually.
So are you saying we get in the bags, the two of us, and the two of you fly? Or can you fly,
That would be
Genevieve?
the easiest way.
I can't fly, but I can become small enough to where my weight won't matter.
How long would we have to be in the bag?
Just as long as it takes to get up there.
700 feet at what's your flying speed? It was 700 feet from where we were, so it was like 800 feet, Cypher?
Something like that. Yeah, it's not 1,000 feet, but it was going to seem to take that much time. Yeah.
And what's your flying speed, Mel?
So at a dash, Cassie's flying speed is actually the same as her walking speed. So that's 60 feet for 6 seconds dashing.
So it'd be like 100-ish seconds if everything goes smoothly. What's holding your breath? Minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier. So she could hold her breath for. Where's gonna? 2 minutes. Dang it. So it would have to go pretty smoothly. You would have about three um, 3 rounds of wiggle room.
The Minotaur is just watching this, still chewing slowly, occasionally taking another bite.
It'd be close. Oof. Does she have?
Kidlack, are you still holding the gun on the Minotaur, by the way?
Kitlak feels the moment has passed and has quietly put the gun away. He's not going to shoot this guy, even though he kind of deep down in his kobold soul wants to. Just feels like it wouldn't be right.
Roll me your insight real quick.
So Genevieve, are you gonna just go into the mountain and find the entrance for us, or?
Nat 1, baby!
No, we'd want to get to the plateau. I'd just kind of burrow a slowly inclining pathway through the pillar.
And does burrowing create a hole for us, or how does that work?
It
Or
does.
do you just? Okay, so it's not like you're swimming through the
As long
thing.
as you don't hit a pocket of gas or something dangerous, yeah.
It says when they burrow, they leave tunnels behind them.
Kitlak, he was absolutely terrified. He is relieved you put that away.
Good, as it should be.
So basically, Genevieve can become a cave badger that gives her a 15-foot burrow speed. And she could burrow kind of in a circular pattern around kind of like the edge without being outside where the goats can get them. Or if we want to go with Cassie's idea, she can become a tiny beast, which will weigh less than a pound.
So, burrow speed, you can burrow through sand, dirt, mud, or ice. You can't burrow through solid rock or worked stone.
Is
or
this solid
metal.
rock?
Yeah, it's a mesa. Someone's built a mine in there. Beyond that, you don't know, but it is a solid rock. You were just walking up it. You could feel it was solid. It held Kitlak, helped hold Kitlak up. It was solid. I mean, you could dig, but you're talking like, a spoon to a cement block. It's going to take a while.
Well, then scrap that idea. Yeah, I was kind of
You
thinking
talked me
it might
down
have
to
been.
1400.
I call dibs on Cassie's bag.
Cassie, do you think you could get us up there in an hour?
Well, the
Oh,
rest of us
quite
hanging
easily,
out.
yes.
What was that, Cassie?
Quite easily, yes.
Because that's about how long I can hold on to my wild shape if we go that route.
We have 2 minutes to get there.
Yeah, I can cure you if you need some healing once we get you out of the bag. Are there any can not that she's got great perception, but can she perceive any outcrops on the rock?
Nothing like an easy ledge to sit on. There's a couple that appear to be like a couple inches out that the goats seem to rest on. There is that one on the far side that does jut out a little more. And there is that, of course, smaller pillar to the right that's a good 50 to 100 feet away from the main pillar.
How much higher up is that one?
The one to the right, that's actually lower. So that one's only like 500 feet up.
Are there any goats on that one?
Oh yeah. Now
Okay.
that you know to look, actually, you know what? Roll me perception, because you know to notice the goats now. But do you notice the goats? Let's find out.
Kitlak said that there was incoming, by the way,
15
like a
plus 4.
while ago.
19.
Oh,
Well, I'm
the
talking
goats.
the other pillar.
Oh, got you.
With a 19, yeah. Now that you know how they kind of hide in the shadows and crevices, you can see about a half dozen goats over there. Their hooves look just as sharp, and they're goats. They always look a little possessed. But yeah, there are goats there too. You're not. You wonder. You're not sure where they are on the Crimson Plateau or Walk's End, but they are here.
Well, we might just have to risk it. Just take the flight all the way up to the top.
There should be plenty of air in there, anyways.
And we may still have to fight, so.
I actually was looking at the description for the bag of holding, and I pasted it in chat. The bag holds enough air for 10 minutes of breathing divided by the number of breathing creatures inside.
Neat.
So that's 3 minutes of air before you have to worry about suffocation.
No,
No, it's
because
done.
not if Genevieve
No,
doesn't
10
go
minutes.
inside. It would be 10 minutes
Yeah, and
divided,
they're gonna
right?
be in 2 separate bags.
Yeah, we got 2 bags. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So each person gets 10, and Genevieve will ride in a pocket or something, like a normal pocket, not a pocket dimension.
Fair enough.
Kitlak can tell which way the wind's blowing, so he's going to begrudgingly carve up his bag and start bindling himself up and then just shove himself into it.
Oh, now that's a neat little trick. Wouldn't have found that until I cut you open if you died.
Genevieve
You do realize that he can't hear you. He's in the bag.
Yeah. Mental note.
Genevieve is going to turn into a velociraptor, which surprisingly is a tiny creature.
I know.
Oh,
I love that.
a turkey buzzard. I remember the turkey buzzard.
Well, I'm just gonna hang around here and see if you die because you can't make it. Not gonna approach the mesa anytime soon though, unless your bodies fall. Don't want to attract any attention.
So Cassie gets to
Alright,
have a
that just leaves you
little.
to Shay.
Go ahead, you were talking.
Yeah, so were you. I was just going to say, so Cassie gets a tiny little pocket velociraptor.
That's fun. I love that.
It's like a toy poodle, but velociraptor shaped.
Okay, that's gonna be in a game somewhere now. That velociraptors are toy poodles.
Just Paris Hilton with a velociraptor. Love it.
yeah,
And
Shale
Shay, what are you gonna do?
Shale getting Cassie's bag.
All right.
All right. Cassie is going to make sure that both bags are well tied to either side of her hips.
Shay, as you climb in the bag and things get closed, roll me your history real quick.
$19.
19. As you're closing the bag, you remember there's something about bags of holdings. One should not be put into another.
Do you have your own frickin' bag of holding?
He was
Nope.
carrying one.
Oh, she did not buy one.
No, you did not, but fence gave you one that you were holding on to until you saw them again. And you deliberately did not put it in a bag of holding. You had it on you. So, we are going to have a small little implosion that everyone's
No,
going to have.
I thought we said we went.
You left
She
with the fence with it, and I asked if you.
Yeah, and then I thought we kind of hand waved that she went back and gave it to him.
No, you never went back to the fence. You left after that. You went to go find. You went to split up the money, and then you went to find a ride here. Because I asked very specifically, did you put it in Kitlak's bag of holding? You said, no, I did not. Because you knew what was going to happen.
Well, if you
You
knew it
still
was going to
haven't-
happen, I feel like you wouldn't have done a thing that would have, made it happen.
Except this. That was, they were thinking about it. This was, we just nearly died moment.
We also had like an hour to rest to get the
True.
adrenaline out of the system. So I don't know,
And you just had them roll a history check, so if they got a
Yeah.
good score, would that mean that they would have remembered before?
Yeah, I'm going to say that your legs are in there, the pouch is not yet. So what are you going to do? Are you going to crawl the rest of the way in or freeze?
No, she's not gonna panic. She'll just reach in her pocket and say, "Oh yeah, you should probably hold on to this." And give it to Cassie.
That's too bad. I was looking forward
Cassie
to
is
a random spot on the astral sea to visit.
Cassie is absolutely going to facepalm. You hear the clunk of metal against metal.
I was looking forward to rolling a random location die. Oh well. All right. Close but no cigar. Yep, you're in there. Is the Minotaur going to do anything? You'll have to find out. Go ahead and grab the bags and fly up.
All right. Like I said, Cassie is going to make sure that they are securely tied to her belt, either side of her hip, and start flying.
I'm going to roll a quick luck die. And Cassie, since you're ascending, why don't you just roll me a d20 and see how well you're doing?
And since Genevieve is just riding in a pocket, she will be perceiving everything going around her.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
actually quick.
Is that a nat 1? Say that again, Cassie?
I said, yeah, that tracks for today.
Yes, it does. Let me take a look. Is this worthwhile? So, Cassie, are you small?
Yes, Cassie is a small-sized creature.
Let's see. Oh, it doesn't affect speed. That's interesting. Right. So with a nat 1, yeah, you absolutely fly up. Up and up and up and up and up and up. And you reach the top of Faerun. You fly past the goats who all kind of eye you. You go past a lot of rock, a whole lot of rock. And you arrive to the top to see about 20 people with spears and arrows aimed directly at you. Looks like the scavengers had an inkling you were arriving. And we're going to stop it there.
Yay!
Thanks everyone for joining in. We didn't go on a random Astral Sea adventure. But we'll see if there's another potential TPK next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good night.